Morning, folks. I'm going to talk to you this morning about valves freezing, water and wastewater valves. Now, here in the South, the prevailing wisdom has always been that it doesn't get that cold down here, and water moving doesn't freeze, and wastewater is typically warm because of the, biochemical reactions happening within the wastewater. And so wastewater is just, you sample water in a tank, and it might be 60 or 70 or 80 degrees depending on the temperature outside. But if it's like wintertime and you got a water tank and maybe it's 60, 65 degrees, a similar sized tank of wastewater can easily be 90 degrees. Wastewater is just warmer than potable water. But so that's the wisdom that we've always operated on here in the South, that, your small lines, little 3/4, 1 inch, or, those will freeze and bust. Absolutely. But your big lines, you don't have to worry about those too much because it's a big body of water. It takes longer to get that cold, or it's moving. So it's hard to, can't freeze moving water, or the wastewater's too warm, right? I have seen a 4-inch water valve on a well, and the well was running and it busted in half. And I've seen a 4-inch wastewater valve crack in half. The wastewater valve was a check valve on top of a lift station. So we had a 4-inch Gorman-Rupp pump with a plug valve on top of that, and then a check valve on top of that. And the plug valve is to isolate it so you can stop water from moving so you can work on the pump. The check valve is to allow water to go out of the pump, but not let the water in the line come back into the pump. So we walked out to this lift station to go check it, and there's water spraying. Me and one of my guys working with me go up there, and we're trying to get to it, and it's spraying everywhere. We're getting covered in wastewater. And I think at one point I grabbed a flat shovel, and I'm holding a flat shovel against it while my partner is trying to get a wrench on that plug valve and get it shut off. And we're getting both just soaked with wastewater. We're wearing like rain slickers. It was kind of nasty, but we finally got it shut off and we're able to change that valve out. And it split that valve body diagonal, just busted it in half. The water valve was on it was on a little water system next door to the main one I was running. I was over there helping them out. It was a 4-inch valve on a well, a little small well. Wasn't like 100 foot deep, made like 250 gallons a minute, I think. And this was one of the gate valves on the well. And so you typically have a gate valve, a check valve, and a gate valve. And that way you could isolate the check valve if you needed to work on it. Well, one of the gate valves was fine. The next one, sucker split just right in half. Water spraying on a big fan on top of it. We got the well turned off, and we got the one, because thankfully we had the 2 valves there, so we got the one shut off, and we got a valve further down the line where it connects to the ground storage tank. We got it shut off. We pulled that valve out, and it had cracked in kind of a spiral around the body of the valve. And when we got it apart and we're looking inside it, we figured out that the top of the valve where the gate slides up in, there's like a square shape or rectangle shaped body that the valve slides up into. Inside that square shape, the valve was open, so the gate is up. But between the gate and the side of the valve, water had gotten in there and froze. So like the water column moving through there wasn't frozen, but up here around the gate was frozen, and it was enough pressure to push out, crack that cast iron. And of course, once that crack started, it just split all the way down. So if anybody ever tells you that, oh, that big 4-inch valve won't freeze, that's not true. It'd be smart to wrap it up or put some kind of cover over it or put a heat source on it because They will bust. I've seen it. I know we're in the middle of summer. I'm talking about valves freezing, but when wintertime comes, wrap up your valves. All right, guys. I love y'all. Thanks for watching. God bless. Have a good day. Oh, yeah. Like and subscribe.